Number 21. Which part of the plant that conducts water is the part of the plant that conducts water is, so they're asking us that what part of the plant conducts water. Now, we know that the phloem conducts food, the cortex is for support, the xylem conducts water, while the epidermis is the outer skin of the branch. So our answer here is xylem. Anywhere you see xylem, we have two conducting tissues in plants. We have the xylem and the phloem. The xylem conducts water and the phloem conducts food. Make sure you all note that. Number 22. Which blood cells are responsible for immunity? So you're asking for which blood cells are responsible for immunity. Now, A, we have the red blood cells, B, we have the platelets, C, we have the white blood cells, and D, we have the plasma. Now, the red blood cells, what is the use of red blood cells? Red blood cells, they contain the hemoglobin. Now, what is the use of this hemoglobin? It binds with oxygen. So that's what binds with oxygen. So that is the use of the red blood cells. Don't forget that the hemoglobin is also the pigment that gives the blood its characteristic red color. So we have platelets. Platelets is for what? The clotting of blood. We have white blood cells. Now, this is where immunity comes in. We have immunity or for antibodies. Sometimes you see it as antibodies, sometimes you see it as immunity. They're both the same. Now, plasma. Plasma is the liquid base of the blood. Is the liquid base of the blood, or we can say the liquid components of the blood. So our answer here is white blood cells, because they are responsible for immunity and they're also responsible for antibodies. They fight foreign bodies in our body. Number 23. The human heart has how many chambers? Now, the human heart has 4 main chambers, and these 4 main chambers, they are now the left auricle, the right auricle, the left ventricle, and the right ventricle. So these are the 4 chambers of the heart. We have the left auricle, we have the right auricle, we have the left ventricle, and we have the right ventricle. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. So that makes it 4 chambers. So our answer is C, 4. Number 24. Which part of the brain controls balance? What part of the brain controls balance? Now the answer is cerebellum. The cerebellum controls movement and balance. So that makes our answer to be option B. Number 25. The process by which green plants make their food is called, we have A, respiration, B, transpiration, C, photosynthesis, D, digestion. Our answer is photosynthesis. Anywhere you see green plants and you see food, just know we're talking about photosynthesis. Next question, number 26. Which of the following is a renewable resource? Is a renewable resource. We have coal, we have petroleum, we have sunlight, natural gas. So our answer here is what? Sunlight. Now, when coal is used up, it cannot be renewed. When petroleum is used up, it cannot be renewed. When natural gas is used, it cannot be renewed. But sunlight can be renewed. In fact, we use that solar energy and different
Get the cheapest science materials from allschoollabs.com.
kind of things. They can be renewed. From solar energy, we can still use it as electricity, and different things. You can even convert it again to heat energy. So that is why we said it is renewable. Number 27. The functional unit of the kidney is the A neuron, B nephron, C the alveolus, D the villus. Now our answer here is the nephron. When you hear the kidneys, don't forget that the kidneys are made up of tiny units. We call them 1 billion units of nephrons. So our answer is nephrons. Number 28. Which organ is responsible for detoxification in humans? Detoxification. Now the kidney, let's start from option A. Option A, we have kidney. Let's look at the use of all these options. Now, the kidney is used for what? The kidney is used for osmoregulation. Now, what is osmoregulation? That is to control the salt and water content in our body. What is the liver? The liver is for detoxification. The heart is for what? Pumping of blood. The lung is for what? The lung is for our respiration. So because of that, now the question says that which organ is responsible for detoxification? What does detoxification means? This is the removal of toxins from the blood. Now the organ that is responsible for that is the liver. The liver is responsible for the removal of toxins. For example, when we take drugs, all drugs, they have side effects. So the harmful part of these drugs that we don't know about, it is the liver that helps with all these things. So our answer is the liver. That's the option B. Number 29. The opening and the closing of the stomata is controlled by the A, we have guard cells, B, we have the epidermal cells, C, we have the xylem, and D, we have the phloem. Now we know that it cannot be the xylem and the phloem because these are vascular bundles. These are conducting tissues. So that's not our answer. So we are caught within the epidermal cells and the guard cells. Now it cannot be the epidermal cells. Our answer is going to be the guard cells. The guard cells are responsible for the closing and the opening of the stomata. Now you might want to ask me that what is stomata? Don't forget that stomatas, they are these microscopic openings that are on the leaves of our plants. Next question, number 30. Which of the following organism is unicellular? Now what does unicellular mean? Now organisms can either be unicellular or can be multicellular. Now what does unicellular mean? It means that it is one-celled. Now what does multicellular means? It means that many-celled. So they're asking us that which of these organisms can exist as a one-celled organism? Which of these organisms is a one-celled organism? Amoeba, hydra, earthworm, fish. So our answer is the amoeba because the amoeba exists as just a cell. Don't forget that when you draw a structure of the amoeba, you label things like the vacuole, the nucleus. But if you are labeling earthworm or the hydra or the fish, do you label that? No. So the amoeba exists in a cell level. So our answer is the amoeba. Number 31. The transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma is called what? A, we have fertilization, B, we have germination, C, we have pollination, and D, we have budding. So our answer here is pollination. Pollination is the transfer of pollen grains from the anther. The anther is the male, the stigma is the female. So it is the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of a flower, and that is pollination. Now, which of the following, okay, number 32, which part of the flower develops into a fruit? Which part of the flower develops into a fruit? Now, the ovary will develop into the seeds. The ovary will develop into the fruit.
Run quick tests and analysis. Visit analysis.africa.
So our answer is the ovary. That is option B. The ovaries are what will develop into fruit, while the ovules will develop into the seeds. So when you are looking at your fruit and you're looking at the seeds, you know that it was once an ovule, it was once an ovary. Number 33. Which vitamin is obtained from sunlight? Which vitamin is obtained from sunlight? When we are all small, they will always tell us that early morning sun is good for the bones. Why? The early morning sun has vitamin D. So our answer is vitamin D. Vitamin D is naturally gotten from the sun. That's why in all these countries that are abroad, where there is no much sunlight, they mostly have problems with their bones. Number 34. Which of the following is a producer? Now, what are producers? Don't forget that we have producer. From the producers, we have the primary consumers. Then we have the secondary consumers. Then we have the tertiary, then you can say we have the decomposers. So the producers, these are the plants. The primary consumers, these are the herbivores. The secondary, these are the carnivorous. The carnivores, and the decomposers, those are our saprophytes. So that is it. So with what we have seen here, that the producers are the plants, the primary consumers are the herbivores, secondary consumers are the carnivores, the decomposers are the saprophytes. So we know that from this question we asked for the producers. So the answer is what? Is going to be a plant. So which of the option is a plant? We have A, goat, we have B, grass, we have C, lion, we have D, mushroom. So our answer is the grass. That is option B. Number 35. The breaking down of food into simpler substances is called what? The breaking down of food into simpler substances is called what? A, we have assimilation. B, we have digestion. C, we have respiration. And D, we have excretion. Now, assimilation, this is when the digested food enters our blood. To produce energy. Now, what is digestion? It is the breaking down of food. What is respiration? It is the use of oxygen to produce energy. What is excretion? That is the removal of metabolic wastes. So now the thing that assimilation is, when the energy is gotten from digested food, we are seeing that digested food, digestion is the breaking down of food. Respiration is when we use oxygen to produce energy in the cells. Now we have seen that excretion is the removal of metabolic waste. So let's go back to our question. The breaking down of food into simpler substances. So that is digestion. Our answer is digestion. That is option B. Now number 36. Which structure is used for breathing in the fish? Which structure is used for breathing in the fish? Now we have lungs. Lungs is for only land animals. Gills is for what? Aquatic. Only. Now skin. Spiracles is for insects. So we can say the earthworm breathe through his skin. So now which of the following now suits of a fish? Now we said lung, we have gills, we have skin, we have spiracles. So our answer is gills. That is B, because fishes are aquatic. Number 37. The movement of nutrients in plants occurs through the what? We have xylem only, the phloem only, both xylem and phloem, the cortex. Now, some people might want to choose that, since it's nutrients, we're talking about only food. Now, that is the mistake, that is the trap that they wanted you to make in this particular question. So, because of nutrients, you don't forget that in plants, this xylem that conducts water, don't forget that inside water, there are some nutrients in this water, because the water is gotten from the soil. So this water, there are nutrients inside. So it is not, so you cannot choose xylem, you cannot choose phloem, you cannot choose the cortex. The answer is both xylem and phloem, because they both carry nutrients. So our answer is C. Number 38. Which disease is caused by a virus? Which disease is caused by a virus? Now we have
400,000 cheap medicines, cosmetics, and analytical supplies. Everything in one big place. AllSchoolLabs.com.
Malaria. Malaria is caused by Plasmodium. We have tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is caused by bacteria. Now we have influenza. We have cholera. Cholera is also caused by bacteria. So our answer is influenza. Influenza is caused by the virus. So our answer is influenza. Now, number 39. The study of heredity is called dash. We have A, ecology. B, we have genetics. C, we have botany. And D, we have zoology. Now, ecology is the study of living things and their interaction with their environment. Genetics is the study of heredity, or we can say the study of, how offsprings, the offsprings are gotten from the parents and variation and so on and so forth. Then botany is that's the study of plants. Zoology is the study of animals. So our answer is genetics. Genetics is the study of heredity. That is option B. Number 40. The fusion of male and female gametes is called what? We have A, we have pollination. B, we have fertilization. C, we have germination. And D, we have budding. Now, so the fusion of the male and the female gamete. Now we have defined pollination. So that pollination is the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma. So our answer cannot be pollination. Now, fertilization, this is the joining of the male and the female gamete to produce, an embryo who later goes to a zygote. So our answer is fertilization. It's not germination. Germination is the process by which plants, grow. What is budding? Budding is a form of asexual propagation. So our answer here is fertilization, because it has to do with the fusion of the male and the female gametes. So this brings us to the end of our class. I hope you all enjoyed today's lesson, because I enjoyed it. If you have any question for me, make sure you drop your questions in the comment section and make sure you subscribe to this channel. Bye for now. See you in the next class.
Hi, I'm sure you enjoyed the video you just watched. To see more content as that, preparing you for your upcoming exam, make sure to smash the subscribe button and turn on notification. Also, remember that you can use the comment section to send us your questions or your inquiries, and we are happy to take them. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.